Alright, g'day guys. So, I've been out doing a job, been up on someone's roof, siliconing up some holes in it because the rains are coming. Just got home and the power's off. So I thought I'd make a quick video, take you around the back and show you how our backup generator system works for times like this when the power's off. So let's go around there and hook everything up and we'll crank them up. Alright, so we're around here at the back of the house for the switchboard. Inside here we've got our main switch, and then this is a disconnect, so it's on grid at the moment. If we flick it back down, it goes to backup, which just is the in-feed plug here from the generator. It comes in through here. So I'll turn these other ones off. They're all off. Flick the generator power to on, and then we'll plug the generator in and start her up. Righto, so here we have our 15 amp plug input for the generator. Put that end on there. Then we take the other end of the cord down here and plug it into one of the outlets on our generators. So we've got two our Honda EU22i's. They are 2.2 kVA and they've got a parallel kit. Join them together and then you get 4.4 kVA. There's the wires there. They just plug into the two little sockets on each one. So that's like that. We'll fire the generators up and we should have power. Then the fuel off. Take the exhaust plugs out. Got a funny story about these. They're earplugs, but I'll tell you the story once we get some power going. Put the switches onto the on position. Put the chokes on. And these being Hondas, they should start first pull, but they haven't been run for a while. I said that, now they probably won't start. Second pull. Choke off. I took a couple extra pulls. So like I said, I haven't actually run them in a while. I'm meant to run them once a week, once a month, but I haven't run for months and months. But they started up, so that's good. Hopefully you can hear me over the hum of the generator. These generators have what's called an eco throttle, so you can see it's on the on position. If you turn it to off, they'll just run at full revs. You probably heard the revs increase there. So what the eco throttle does is it alters the revs of the generator up and down just depending on the load on it. So when I flick the switches on the power board, you'll hear them the speed increase. Alrighty, so we're back at the switchboard. It's on generator power. None of the other circuit breakers are on, so we'll flick the house power on. There's not much running in the house, so there's only a slight increase. Flick the aircon one on. That's on, and then the other one for the fridges and freezers. So there we go, we are running on generator power. Now the power requirements at the house are actually quite small. We've only got a small 3.5 kilowatt air conditioner, and that only draws a couple of amps, so it's pretty efficient and it keeps the house nice and cool. And inside we've only got fridge, charge our phones, blah blah blah. We're not using the air fryer or any of the higher demand things right now. Declan's at school, so his caravan aircon's not on, but I can run his caravan aircon at the same time. Yeah, so we don't have huge power demand, and those two little Honda generators linked together, they run on the smell of an oily rag, so they're really good. Like I said, it's just one 15 amp input from the generators to the house, so it's really only what you can run on one 15 amp circuit. But as long as we don't go messing around with the air fryer or anything like that, we can run everything in the house and Declan's caravan when the power's out. So yeah, oh well, at least the aircon's running again. Spud will be happy, he can duck back inside and cool down. You okay in this, buddy? Yeah, I just thought I'd make a quick little video because some of you might be wondering what it's like living in a place with unreliable power supply, and if you don't have huge energy demands, you can use small generators to power your house. So anyway, that's the end of that. Fuck, I almost forgot to tell you the story about the earplugs. So you might be wondering why I had these earplugs in the exhaust ports of the generator. Funny story. The last time I run the generators, probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I went out there to start them up because they hadn't been run for a while. Put the choke on, turned it on, yanked on the pull cord, nothing happened. Tried the other one, exact same thing. And I pulled and pulled and pulled and they wouldn't start. And I was like, what the fuck? I haven't, you know, they're pretty reliable. You know, it took a few pulls to get them going then, but they haven't been run for a while. So anyway, I thought, fuck, must have gone stale fuel in the carby or whatever. So I pulled one of the generators out, pulled the carby out. It was fucking spotless. I gave it a clean anyway, put it back together. Still wouldn't run. Every now and then it'd just fire once or twice, and that I was like, what the hell's going on? You know, check spark, all that sort of simple stuff. Then I pulled the other generator out, ripped the carby off of that. It was spotless too, doing the exact same thing. Both had the exact same symptoms. So after stripping the carby on them both and wasting the afternoon, it was a Sunday arvo, and calling them every name under the fucking sun, cursing bloody Mr. Honda, which you should never do. I left them sitting on the concrete in the patio, had a few beers, went to bed. Next morning, got up, made a coffee, walked outside, saw the 2 fucking generators there and thought, you pricks. And I walked up to one of them and I just noticed something in the exhaust port, and it was a whole bunch of mud from all the fucking gigantic wasps that live around here. There's actually one just flying around over there. So the fucking mongrel wasps had moved into the tiny exhaust hole, which is about the size of this earplug, and made a nest in both of them. So then when you tried to start it, the gas couldn't escape, so the generators wouldn't run. So there was nothing wrong with the carbies. They were perfectly fine, and it was just the bloody stupid wasps. So that's why I've got this 2 earplugs on a string, and I put one in one exhaust, one in the other, and then when I go to use them, I just grab the cord and pull it out. So yeah, that's the story. I've got things to do now that the power's back on, so I'll get to them and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.